treasures for you.
Okay. So, according to this, we are streaming.
But we're not live. I didn't get... Oh, I guess it is, but... because I have notifications and shit off on my iPad.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting ready to shut them off on mine.
Yeah, buddy. So, I'm top chat right now. All one of me. Let's
cool.
like that video.
Do not disturb.
Oh shit! Luna Girl's in the house.
Hey,
Hell
Luna
yeah.
Girl.
What's up, Luna Girl? We are about to get into it. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining. I wasn't trying to be a dick earlier. We were doing everything. I had him in the ears on the phone. We were video chatting each other. I wasn't trying to be a dick by not answering your questions, and so no hard feelings.
Yeah,
so,
he was trying to be a dick.
I was not. So, but with that being said, we're going to get into it here shortly. You're getting everything set. So
I definitely think that getting a monitor up there will be nice.
Oh, hell yeah. We have a lot of you, so interject in the comments, Luna Girl. We took your top 10 list and your video game list, and it is in the show. So make sure. I know we're going to be a little behind, but what's up, Scott? How's it going, bud? Just seen Scott. Hell yeah. But yeah, so Luna Girl, your list is heavily influenced within our own list. So
it's equal parts.
Yeah.
We're all three equal parts on the show.
There is no 1 through 10. It's just kind of. So when your stuff comes up, you want to talk about it. We all three had a few things the same, obviously. So if you got anything, just throw it in the comments.
Well, are you ready to record? Real quick, how do we sound? Do we sound good and balanced?
As you cover your mouth. You're like, do we sound good and balanced?
It is how you get COVID-19.
To yourself.
That's
fucked up.
That's
Who'd
how
you
you
give
it to yourself.
Me. I didn't social distance with myself enough.
That's
shitty.
My own distance.
Some dude who's just totally in his basement, been there for like 3 years, and he got it. What the fuck?
The fuck?
Stop ordering pizza, dude. So 30 seconds.
As soon as I get some confirmation about the
Luna
sound.
Girl said, yeah, they both said it sounds great.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
I'm going to start recording now. And you can do 30 seconds at will.
All right, starting
Wait
now.
a minute.
Okay. Oh, God, you lifted your leg. I thought you were going to fart.
Yeah.
I was going to be so pissed.
No, just unplugging that heater.
Oh, yeah, good call.
And the
Fridgey. We have a beer fridge. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've seen that in some of the photos, but we have a beer fridge. So, that's pretty rocking and rolling. All right, we ready for this 30 seconds of silence?
I'm ready for 30 seconds.
Starting meow. What's up, everybody? Brady Big Lovin, Don DellaSnooch. How's it going? We're doing a social distancing episode this week, but we're going to talk about some movies, some video games, a few other things. We had one of our fan favorites. Is that the right word? Yeah, that's the right word. Luna Girl. She put it on this list, so we got a list with her, me, and Don. If you guys got stuff in the comments, we're gladly going to talk about it. So. Just let us know if you guys got anything. But first, we got a few things to get into. So with that, I'll pass it over to my man, Don.
I was going to say, I like the phrase friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod. Fan favorite.
I stole that from somebody else.
So, a guy.
But I like the way it sounds.
Two douches.
Two douches.
Douche knuckles.
All right, guys. You can find us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all your favorite podcasting apps. You're going to find us at ATSW, The Escape Pod, anywhere you're going to look. I guess that's it for that.
Oh, we got some special shout outs to the ATSW family. Going to give a shout out to the mothership. That is the All Things Star Wars podcast. David, Jason, fucking rocking. They're doing their Clone War coverage. For the last 2 episodes with the Ahsoka stuff. They did the last 2 episodes of that.
Yep.
Was their last episode. That was a tongue twister. But yeah, check them out. That's the mothership. We refer to them often. We refer to David, Jason often. Check out Use and Abuse, a music podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. That's with our man, oh my fuck, Kim. I thought of Kim and I brain farted Scott. How do I do that?
I don't know.
I was trying to get your wife's name earlier, and I kept saying Keith and saying Kim. I kept fucking that up, and I fucked it up completely different when we came in to do it live.
Yes, you did.
Fuck you. I hate you. I love layman's terms. I hate him.
Yeah.
So check out layman's terms with our man Keith. Got that right.
Keith just dropped an episode about
I seen
36 hours ago.
Yeah,
maybe?
I seen the thumbnail. I didn't get a chance to look at it. I seen the thumbnail. The thumbnail was magic cards.
A lot of magic.
He's trying to get that fucking mana, man. He is not fucking around. So, but also check out Big Swede's Excellent Adventure, Tactical Swede on YouTube. He has a third one, Swede Studios, I think it is. We don't have that in the notes, but we're just going to try to remember.
I don't know if that's a third show or if he's just
Well,
created
next time,
his own media group.
Yes, his own conglomerate. He can be his own conglomerate?
I conglomerated once, and that
It
girl
was
never
messy.
called me again.
I wouldn't call you again. It just sounds gross.
And yeah, it was.
It sounds very filey.
It was. I had to call the fire department.
Ugh. All right, and also check out our man and his dude, the Brew Guys on YouTube. If you're beer aficionados, you're beer snobs, you like watching people be beer snobs because they will tell you they're beer snobs. Go check them out. They're cool cats. And oh yeah.
And go check out Podbelly. The Podbelly Network is home to all kinds of great podcasts like ours and the All Things Star Wars podcast and Used and Abused. So go there and go shopping, man. There's all kinds of whatever flavors you're willing to get into. In fact, if you were gonna go, I want to find a podcast. Start there.
Yeah. Look, just browse. Can't judge a book by its cover, but some of these titles are catchy as hell. So check them out. See what they got going. You might find something you didn't even think you were gonna like. So check out Podbelly. Also, want to give a special shout out to my sister with her 2 businesses, bombbully.com and eodstuff.com. Bomb Bully is her screen printing. She does custom orders for tees, tanks, hoodies, silkies, koozies. They do a lot of military unit orders, but that doesn't stop her from doing just the common guy. She's had anybody from a lady who wanted to get silkies for her husband. So I'm so used to this thing being lower. And now it's way up
I know
here.
it's way up there.
And I keep looking right there, and it's messing me up.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God this is a podcast, and we're not doing this on YouTube, because that would be fucking stupid.
Yeah, if it was on YouTube and all,
I would
and
look dumb
people
as
could
hell.
see you.
I would look stupid. Anyway, bombbully.com. Check that out. She does a lot of cool stuff. Oh, and I had to give this. I was reading this because I asked her. I was like, "Hey, how do I properly talk about your business? I don't want to brother it up because that's what I do."
Bro.
Dude. But she made tees for the EOD Warrior Foundation sponsored 5K event in San Diego. And I did not know that, and I think that's way, way cool. So, Kelly, that's awesome. But check it out, Bomb Bully. And then EOD stuff, she does a lot of her screen printed items that are designated towards more the EOD bomb squad or hazmat theme. She also does, with Bomb Bully, she makes dog collars and leashes and stuff like that. So she's got a plethora of things, but check her out. And then, Don, you had something you also wanted to get at?
Yeah, I wanted to bring up, this COVID-19 thing is kind of kicking everybody's ass, but one of the things that is really becoming apparent is our infrastructure as far as our, suppliers for things like hand sanitizer and Lysol spray and bleach and stuff like that is all kind of non-existent right now. They weren't prepared for the surge, and they don't seem to be compensating either. So a lot of small breweries have kind of stepped up and started making hand sanitizer. Like, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this that close, but this is hand sanitizer. It looks like a pint of vodka. And
yeah, he told me, he goes, don't drink this.
It kind of smells like vodka, to be honest with you. But you just put it in a little squirt bottle and spray it into your hand, dude. Best sanitizer I've ever used.
Heck yeah.
And they were giving it away. Not just making it. They're giving it away. At least this Ugly Dog Brewery is in Chelsea, Michigan.
Yeah,
they're
my wife
giving
was
it away,
talking about that.
And they're
One per person.
taking crates of it up to the hospital. So...
Are they the ones also doing the 55-gallon drums, or is that a different business?
That's actually a division of Procter & Gamble that's doing that.
Oh, okay.
But these guys are doing the Lord's work, and I wanted to make sure we gave them a shout-out.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
I don't just like their sanitizer. I love their whiskey, too.
That has been a staple. If it's not that, it's been the peanut butter stuff. But
they make the peanut butter stuff, too.
Oh, they're the same?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Then it's always that. I think it's always that.
Yep.
So...
Yep.
All right. So with that, get that glass over here, my friend. Let's get into it. You know where I come from. When you cheers, you drink.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm fucking freezing already.
Oh, so put your jacket on.
Let me know if you guys can hear that heater.
I'm sure they can.
We don't quite have our temperature set up in here yet.
There you go. So, you want to hit it up with the movie news?
Is that what we're doing first? Yeah.
Yep.
All right, as far as movie news, we're going to keep all the news segments tonight real light because the main topic is going to be pretty girthy.
Yeah, it's going to be very thick.
Very thick.
Very thick.
Mandalorian Season 2 cast Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano.
I'm so stoked about this.
This is what I've been dreaming of since I was a little girl.
That's impressive.
I'm telling you.
But this is exciting. Rosario Dawson aside, this is exciting just to have her see somebody as big as her from the cartoon to the screen. I'm very, very intrigued how that's going to be adapted. But I'm so glad Dave Filoni is a part of it.
Absolutely.
I'm glad he's the one doing it. So I'm stoked on this.
Yep,
I think this is fantastic.
Absolutely. I don't think that they could have picked somebody who looks like the character.
What's up,
any
Wes?
better. What's going on, Wes? As far as like actually embodying what the artist originally envisioned that character to look like.
Yeah.
She looks like her.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I just hope she can play her. I'm excited to bring, but please, that's a very physical, like her lightsaber fighting is very on. Don't you fucking start with me.
You're gonna do it to me in 20 minutes when I get drunk.
It's true. I am. So
another thing, like Big Swedes brought up that he thought Ashley Eckstein should be doing the voice, and although I don't disagree with him, I'm happy that a woman with a more mature voice is going to do her, because I think that Ashley Eckstein was a really good voice for a very young girl.
Yeah. Yes.
But
as a matured adult.
Yeah, now that she's supposed to be some master Jedi almost.
Master Force user.
Yeah, she's a grown up at this point, and I would want her to sound like that.
And she's gonna be traveled. I want her to sound like she's been across a galaxy.
Yeah, like she's been through some shit.
Yeah,
and I think Rosario is gonna be able to knock that down.
Oh, I've enjoyed. I mean, from all the way back to Kids, all the way to Daredevil,
I've never seen her in something that
Clerks.
I didn't appreciate what she brought to
Clerks
it.
3.
Oh, Clerks 2, she was
Clerks
amazing.
2. Sorry, why did I say 3? It is that kind of a day.
You're foreshadowing.
Dude, it's a little bit. It's been one hell of a week, man. We've been in it. This is the first time we've recorded in Sandcrawler Studios. This is awesome.
We
I'm
worked our
very
ass
excited
off
about
on this shit.
Yeah, so we've been COVID-19. We've been staying, doing our due diligence, but we have been in here killing it.
But to
and
be
this
fair,
guy's been killing it.
me and Brady worked together, so before we went off of work, we were already exposed to each other. So if he had it, I had it, and vice versa. So we figured we're probably good as long as we stuck to ourselves. Where are we at?
We're still on the Ahsoka thing, cause dude. And then from what I've heard from the Michael, what is his name? Carlo Esposito. He's talking Carlos Esposito. Carlos Spicy Wiener.
Carlos
Spicy Wiener.
Checking in.
He's just wanting to let you guys know that
This is Simply Red.
he's talking about a lot of fucking lightsaber battles, and I am stoked on that.
Right.
Like, if you watched before we even really had a show, we did a short and we were talking about what we wanted out of the Mandalorian, and I just said I wanted a lightsaber. I didn't care if it was just something you found in some pawn shop. The Mando picked it up. He was like, turned it on, put it back down. We never saw it again. I was gonna be happy with that. And we got the full-blown dark saber. And now you're telling me we got Ahsoka who wields 2 sabers, and we're going to watch her in live action fight somebody?
Yep.
I've already been signed up.
Yep.
I've already been signed up.
Fuck you, take my money.
Yeah, you can have all the monies. Make Disney Plus 2 just for this, and we'll subscribe. You can take it.
So here's a little, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not sure that I feel either way about it. Michael Biehn.
Fine.
Fine?
Yeah, Michael Biehn.
Yes. I like what you said better.
I know, because you sound like you were getting it. You sound like you were
fancy.
Super fancy. Like he wouldn't put his level down to Star Wars.
Right. So anyway, he's been cast in Star Wars The Mandalorian 2nd season. For people who don't know who that is, that's the guy who played John Connor's dad in the original Terminator movie.
Yes.
The one that knocked up Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor, come with me if you want to live. That was probably awful.
So, I have no idea what kind of acting chops this guy has, because that movie didn't ask.
Yes, now it's your time, motherfucker. Paching.
That movie didn't ask anything of him. Like, the dialogue was absolutely garbage.
84, 85.
Yeah, and it was that it was like written by the cheap sci-fi kind of.
But I can see him playing some sort of hermit out in the desert kind of a dude.
Sure.
I can see him as some gun-toting
and
bounty hunter.
We don't know what Mandalorian's going to ask.
I would have told you this, dude. When you'd have told me when I found out Carl Weathers was going to be in The Mandalorian, I was very like, oh.
Yeah.
I didn't I love Predator. I love, Rocky and shit like that, but I wasn't.
He sure did act the fuck out of it.
He killed it, man. Do the hand thing. I love it. I love that character, man. And I know I see Carl Weathers, but I also see Grief Karga.
Mm-hmm.
And I can distinguish the two. And I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do that. So this dude might kill it, man. Let's see what he brings.
Yeah.
So far, Mandalorian hasn't let me down.
Right.
I've been sucked in from the beginning. I mean, we woke up early to watch it before work, and we were going in at 5 o'clock. We were going in at 5 in the morning.
Right.
We're in. That's when that show comes back on, we're going to be talking about it. We'll probably break it down in every couple of episodes. It won't be
right.
We were not going to binge it and talk about it. We'll break it down, but that's a long way.
We'll do kind of like the guys have been doing with
Clone Wars.
The end of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll batch a couple episodes.
Yeah, see if there's a story arc that follows here.
Yep. Happy Gilmore, Carl Weathers is definitely worthwhile too.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But Happy Gilmore, Carl Weathers wasn't doing the extreme acting he was doing in Mando. Hey, Mando!
Right.
So there's some things.
That wasn't extreme acting.
That was extreme acting.
That was on point. How dare you?
Okay.
You keep on rolling. I'm not going to get into that.
So good on DC. Wonder Woman 84 is being redated because they really felt like this was a movie theater movie. So they're going to put it out in August 2020.
Although I've respected a lot of the productions who've thrown themselves. Disney's done it with a few, like Onward or Yeah, Onward. That had only been in the theaters for 2 weeks, and they released it to buy digitally, and now it's on Disney Plus. I'm sure it's not going to make the kind of money that this is, and I understand that, but I do respect some of these other movies that have gone that direction. So, but a big Hollywood blockbuster like this, you expect that, and I'm good with that. I want to see that movie in theaters. I don't want to see it on my television.
Yeah,
first.
absolutely. We're gonna go out of order a little bit. We're gonna jump to the hot sheets, which really isn't even hot sheets. I just didn't know where to put it in our lineup here. We reached 50 subscribers on YouTube today.
Yeah, that happened today, so we're pretty excited about that. That is really, really cool.
Yep.
So thank all of you. I mean, I know there's only a couple of y'all listening, we greatly appreciate that. But altogether, we got 50. We're 50 more away from 100 to where we can get our own handle. Is that what you would call it?
Yeah, email handle or our own web address.
Yeah, web address, YouTube web address. So we're excited. We're 50 away. We got there a lot quicker than we thought. So, but that's to you guys. So thank you. And those of you guys who are telling other people and directing them towards us, we greatly appreciate that.
Keep sharing us with your friends. And
yeah, thank you very much, though.
Yep, absolutely. The only real video game news that I have is there was a big price leak from a Canadian retailer put out about the PlayStation 5. They're saying that the cost is going to be about $400 a unit. But this is awful early, and I wouldn't put too much stake in that. I would still expect it probably to come in at least $450.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking between 4 and 5 because 5 is what I paid for my Xbox One. Mm-hmm. And I know Xbox and PlayStation, they're pretty much same prices when they come out. So, I mean, with it relatively close.
I think PlayStation has a tendency to sell theirs a little bit cheaper because they know that they're going to sell more software than Xbox. So they'll take a little to the chin and then make it back up later. But at this point, the two companies could damn near give them away. They got enough damn money.
Yeah, they do.
We're not going to do any sports.
There's nothing to get into. Everything's being postponed. The Olympics got postponed, so there's...
Yep.
And a lot of this shit is... Me and my wife were talking about it today. A lot of this shit has been postponed since World War II. This is the last time any kind of shit like this has ever happened. Yep. So think about that, man. That's fucking crazy.
It is crazy.
So you ready to get into our main topic of social distancing?
I am.
You're trying to figure it all out, aren't you?
No, I'm just moving my screens around a little bit.
There you go.
So we're gonna talk video games first.
Nice.
And these what we did here is we put together with Lunar Girl.
Yes.
We all did lists, and then we put those lists together to make like a super list of things that we think that you might want to spend your time doing while you're, social distancing or
quarantine,
sheltering in place, or quarantining, or whatever it is that you want to call it. So, we picked video games that weren't short, little entertaining games, but big time sinks, something to get lost in while you're stuck at home.
Yeah.
And the movies that we picked are the same thing. They're the kind of things that we're like, these have a social impact.
Yeah.
At least for our generation. And you should check them out. You got all this spare time.
And some of them aren't even just a social impact. Some of them are just like you watch that movie and everything else around you doesn't exist. Right. You're just so lost and stuck in the movie.
Yeah.
And you totally forget. Even somebody will ask you a question, you answer the question about what's happening in the movie, and then you're just like you're right back in.
Yep.
That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm thinking like staples, just things that should be in your.
And I'm gonna bring up. This was hard.
Yeah.
This was absolutely a lot more difficult than the movies that made us. That was easy. There were so many choices, and we both tried to narrow our list down to 10, and it was just like I kept trading movies. Like I literally put my list together this morning was my final list.
Right.
And I had been we'd been talking about this since the episode before last. I think she came up with this idea.
Yep.
So this idea has been brought about, and it was tough, man. It was tough for the video games and for the movies, especially the movies.
Yep.
So
All right, as far as video games go, we'll start off with Skyrim. Skyrim is a RPG, plays a lot like a multiplayer role-playing game. You know, multiplayer online MMO.
There you go.
RPG.
You can do it.
Like WoW or something like that, except it's a single-player game. It's a great big world full of million different nooks and crannies to explore. It's I hate to say it's a looter shooter because it's not really a shooter per se.
A looter stabby killer.
Yeah.
Magic
So
spells
very
and-
medieval. There's dragons and all kinds of. It's super fun and like you're gonna put. You can get through the main storyline in about 30 hours, or you can put 80, 90 hours into it and just get your groove on.
Yeah, I remember going over to my buddy Chris and Kendricks, and they had this game. I didn't play it, but I enjoyed watching them play it.
I played through it 3 times.
Holy fuck.
It's just one of those things where you can put it on and you can walk away from it for a month and come back to it and jump right back in.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
All right. The next one on the list we had Mario Karts. Not just Mario Kart, kind of enveloping in the all, because that one has transcended through the years. I mean, from Super Nintendo, all the way up and on. I know Luna Girl had that on her list. That was definitely on my list. I know it was one we spoke of, whether that was on your list or not. Ooh, excuse me.
You could be all right.
Yeah, I think I'll make it. I'll make it.
Cool. Don't
But
drink that.
no, it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. But Mario Kart was that's definitely one you can sit there and you can, especially with today's technology, you can play that online and you can just get lost in that.
Yep, absolutely. You can play it online. You can play it on your Switch. You can play it on every system all the way back to the original NES.
And it's fun if you're doing it in the house and you got some young kids and you can just sit there and whoop their ass because they don't know what the hell they're doing. And you just bust all 3 of them damn balloons and you're done.
Yep.
And let's go to Rainbow Road, little kid.
Yeah.
What you got with me?
Yeah.
Nothing.
You can't hang on.
No, you can't. Let's do that shit in reverse, buddy. You're out of here.
Yeah, get out of here.
Stop it. Stop.
So,
You want me to do number 3?
no, I mean,
You can handle it?
I'll read it
You read it?
and then you talk about it.
Yeah, let's do that.
NBA 2K.
Thank you for reading that.
That's a
It's a
basketball game?
Yeah. I like that. That's one of them games where I can get in there and I can get lost, go play some 5-on-5 rec or play in the park, 3-on-3. If I just want to play a game by myself, I can get some classic old 90s fucking Chicago Bulls basketball teams and just wreak some havoc and play it like the old days, play it against the Knicks and just get a little nutty, or mix and match generations and play some newer teams against some older teams. That's definitely a game I can get lost in. So with that, we can go to the next one because I know that's not a game in your wheelhouse.
You get to read it, though.
I'm going to read it. Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
I know my son likes this game.
This is another game like Skyrim, and it happens kind of on the other end of the spectrum. It's after the fall of civilization.
You would think I would be something I would be into.
Yeah, I would think so with all the zombie stuff you like.
And I just haven't.
But just another great big looter shooter, giant world to explore. It's a
builder too. You're building. A lot.
You're building a lot. So there's a bit of a not Minecraft component, but kinda.
You're kind of collecting things and bringing them home and.
Yep. Very much that kind of interacting with the raw materials of the world to make
your
something
suits or
your own.
Make your house and.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up Fallout 76, which is essentially Fallout 4, except it's a multiplayer. I mean, it's definitely got some lacking things they gave up or screwed up because they were working so hard on that multiplayer system. But it is fun.
Yeah, I can't speak on it. I know my son likes it. He went as Was it Pit Boy? He went as Pit Boy.
Pit Boy is the thing you wear on your
Oh, the
arm.
Pit Boy. Yeah, he went as a Fallout guy or whatever they are. In the blue suit and everything.
Vault
with the,
Boy.
Vault Boy. He went as Vault Boy for Halloween one year when he was young. It was dope, man. He had the whole thing with the phone in there. It was cool. He did a good job.
Then we're looking at Resident Evil.
Oh, I love this game.
Which one? All of
I
them?
like the first two.
Yeah, see, I'm a first two guy. I'm an original PlayStation.
Yeah, I bought Resident Evil. I bought my Resident Evil Xbox 360 the red edition one for Resident Evil 5.
Uh-huh.
I only did it just so I could get the red Xbox. I didn't really care for the game.
Right.
I think I sold
that.
the game for like $5 to somebody.
I did that with what's the name of that game?
I hope I didn't spit on your game there, Luna Girl.
What's the game that came out on PlayStation? Titanfall? No.
They came out on both of them.
What's the other one that came out that's kind of just like that? It's a shooter. One of the
Call of Duty did it with the Infinite Warfare.
one of the expansions I think is called the Taken King or something.
Oh, I don't know. That might be in the notes. Wes might be able to answer
yeah,
that.
Wes probably knows. But I mean, it's a huge MMO shooter.
Right.
But they came out with a white PlayStation 4. They had a white controller, and I bought that just for that, and then I put the game up for sale on eBay because I hated it.
Yeah, I like it when they do some of them cool consoles that are strictly you can only get this.
Right.
I remember when they did that with the Nintendo 64, where like the first one was like that, like the clear green or a purple one, or when they did those with the Nintendo. I thought that was cool, and all the different color controllers. Nintendo killed it with that.
And Lunar Girl just spit out Silent Hill. That goes right along with Resident Evil.
That shit scared the hell out of me.
I've never played that.
I couldn't even. That shit scared me. I'm a wimp. Nope. That shit scared me.
Generally, I don't like horror games.
Yeah, I'm not a big horror game either, but like the Resident Evil ones and that Silent Hill came out around that Resident Evil time, so it kind of made you.
Right.
Fuck that game, man. That game scared the shit. I mean, good for Luna Girl, but that game scared the shit out of me.
Right now I'm playing BioShock, which I guess is vaguely a horror game. PlayStation had the whole BioShock collection, all 3 games, for free a couple months back. So I just was like, I'll take that, and I'll get into it later, and it's gonna be perfect. I'm not working. I'm probably going to crush those 3 games before April 10th when Final Fantasy Remake comes out.
And you'll play that a billion times.
I'm just all over my face.
Oh! Wait, no, never mind.
I can't wait for that fucking game.
Hell yeah. And then our last one we're going to get into.
We got 2 more.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You're at 6.
Fuck it, you go 6, and I'll finish it.
All right. This is
your shit.
my big jam right here, Final Fantasy VII. I love all the Final Fantasy games, all the way back to, I guess maybe it was 2 was the first one I played, because I think the first one never came out in the United States. But I played them all.
I believe you.
All the way back to NES. Even the ones that just came out for like the DS or whatever, like I played the ports on a computer
just so you could play
just so I could play
That's
through them.
awesome.
One of them I played on my phone. Like it came out on cell phone.
Hell yeah.
And
I
so
can see
played
you
it
doing
way.
that though.
And I would just sit in the bathroom at work going,
I can't feel my fucking legs, man.
Uh,
Get up and you slam into the wall. Oh, shit.
Yeah, just all
Oh
gelatinous.
shit! So you're sitting there, you got your legs hanging out the bottom, just so you can get feeling back.
Yeah, but specifically,
I've never done that.
no.
Not ever.
Specifically, Final Fantasy VII being the absolute cream of the entire crop, which is saying a lot because those Final Fantasy games are pretty dope. But Final Fantasy VII,
To get to the chin.
by far the best one, and then the remake's coming out April 10th. So, if you don't want to play the original PlayStation version of Final Fantasy VII, get that remake. It's going to be worth your money.
Yep. No, I never got into them. I love drawing them. I think I've discussed that
Yeah.
before. But with our last one of video games, we had We're gonna put this in like the Mario Kart's Call of Duties. I know that was on both mine and Luna Girl's list. That goes way back. I think I remember playing Call of Duty 3 when I was deployed to Kuwait the first time. We were playing it on a LAN because we had like a computer room, and we would just play. There was like, I mean, it wouldn't always be like all 10 or 12 computers,
like
but
LAN parties.
yeah, it was as close to one as you could get while being, halfway around the world. So,
Sure.
that's where it started for me, and then I don't know specifically what Luna Girl's her favorites were, but the first 3 actual Call of Duty Modern Warfares were the tits. I loved World at War, the first World at War, or World at War, not World of War. That was fantastic. So I don't know. I'm trying to wait for Luna Girl to catch up so I can talk about her favorites,
says, "Oh
which
my
one she
God,
likes."
yes.
Yes, I know she's Dome. She's that.
Oh, Dome?
Yeah. Wait. Hey.
That makes way
It's a
more
level.
sense than the way
It's a
I
level.
read that.
It's a level. It's a board.
Okay.
It's a board.
Okay,
You better
okay.
settle yourself.
Okay. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
First
here.
3 was the best. She agrees. She agrees. So, yeah, the first 3 was the best, and then World at War. I didn't mind the first Black Ops. The first Black Ops was awesome. Once you got into jumping packs and flying and shit, like that was, I fell out. I couldn't do it. They got these like exosuit things. Like
Right.
it was just too much. Like I played it, but my love affair for it kind of dropped off. I don't mind the newer ones now. I've just gotten a little bit older, so my time, I balance it between games I like. But Call of Duty is definitely on my list. You can get in there with a group of friends, and you can totally get lost. Wes said, my kids love Mario Maker 2. They create worlds for me to beat when I get home from work. That's awesome,
That
dude.
is cool.
That's cool as hell.
Yep.
I seen your little man beat a game the other day. You were all hype on that on Facebook. That's pretty cool too, dude. I don't know if you've seen that. His little man finally was about to beat his first game.
What was he playing?
I don't remember. So if Wes catches up and says it, we'll shout it out. But he was like, he's only like 5, and he was beating his first video game. So that was pretty cool.
That is sick.
So we're gonna get right into movies.
Yeah, I think
Because I know you don't have anything to say about Call of Duty.
I got
You're not a
so
shooter.
nothing to say about it. Like anything that I could say could be misconstrued as bad
Fair enough.
because I got no love for it.
Ghost was all right. Ghost was all right. It had its ups and its downs, but Ghost was all right. I agree with that.
he beat Lego Marvel Superhero.
Oh, that's right. Hell yeah.
Super cool.
Hey, them Lego games take a shit. They take a while.
Yeah, them are hours.
Yeah, I did the Star Wars one. Oh shit.
Oh.
I've done the Star Wars one and Indiana Jones.
When the hell is that new Star Wars one coming out?
You're in charge of video games.
I think it just keeps getting pushed back.
Yeah. Let's talk about movies.
Do you want to bring up the first movie?
Yeah. The first movie we have on our list is Super Troopers.
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
This was not my favorite movie the first time I ever saw it. The first time I saw it, I didn't get it. I was like, why do you... And we were talking about this earlier. I think it was one of those times where, like, it was just the wrong moment for a movie to hit me.
Yeah.
But from then on out, the second time, because everybody's like, well, why'd you watch it a second time? I was deployed. And when people find a movie they like, that movie gets played.
That movie or that game is not coming out until December.
Well, we gotta wait.
It seems like they fucked up. If the
It might make it earlier now.
if the movie's coming out this week and the game's not going to be ready for another 7 months,
I don't know.
Anyway,
Who knows?
Super Troopers.
Yes.
um,
Super Troopers.
one of my absolute favorite comedies. Pretty silly.
But really fucking funny
really
stuff.
fucking funny.
One-liners, one after another after another.
You can just sit there with your buddies and just
Yep,
fucking
and
rip on
just
each other.
crack the fuck
Oh,
up.
the best. Car ramrod.
Car ramrod.
Say it. Why didn't you say it? Oh, I forgot.
Another one that I would put in the same category as basketball. If you haven't seen
Oh, God,
basketball,
yeah.
fucking hysterical. Made
Like
by-
I said, man, this list was hard.
Yeah.
Basketball was one of my. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Especially knowing you like it. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm mad we didn't put it on the list.
That's made by the same guys that make South Park.
Yeah.
So it's that same kind of humor. Fucking hysterical all the
God,
way
yeah.
through.
Oh God, yeah.
Our next movie up, Saving Private Ryan.
I adore that movie. I have a weird affinity for World War I, World War II, especially World War II. But that is one of them movies where you can just sit there and you're just like nothing. You don't need popcorn. You don't need a drink. You just sit there and you just watch the movie. That's one of them movies, man. If you haven't thought about that movie, go back, check it out. Then maybe you can watch Band of Brothers after that. I don't know. I'm just saying. I love that stuff.
I don't get too strung out about war movies.
And that's probably the same reason I don't particularly like games like Call of Duty and stuff like that.
It's just not a thing that really appeals to me. Now, I will watch shit like Starship Troopers, which is essentially war with fucking aliens. But
see, I'll watch them both. But if I'm gonna play a game, I'm not playing Halo. I'm playing Call of Duty.
Right. See, I would be more apt to play Halo.
Right. Fair enough.
And I understand they're all warfare or whatever, but for some reason it just I don't enjoy it too much.
Well, the acting in Saving Private Ryan, all the different faces and people, it's just like being in the military. You have a guy from here, you have a guy from there.
Mm-hmm.
You're worlds apart, but it's all about the same mission. In Saving Private Ryan, and I love it. What are you getting face like that?
Lunar Girl?
Oh, Pacific. I haven't finished Pacific.
Is it a movie?
No, it's a series like Band of Brothers is.
Okay.
But it's the Pacific instead of Band of Brothers is.
I don't, not familiar.
Yeah. So we can move on from there because we got 30 of them. So, Blade Runner is on the list.
Is that something you're into?
No, I mean, I respect it for the science fiction pop culture that it is, and so many things have spawned from that Blade Runner. Like,
have you seen the new one?
No, I didn't want to see the new one. I'm not a big Blade Runner guy. I figured you could talk about this. I know this was on.
Well, it's Blade Runner is what I consider perfect sci-fi. Perfect. Prototypical, maybe? Like, there's sci-fi that people watch that's kind of like Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a sci-fi element, but it has your three main beats of a story, the 3-act structure, and real sci-fi generally doesn't have that. What it usually is a long-form social commentary. And it usually, double backs on itself, and there's exploring new ideas and concepts, and you just don't get that from your typical like Aliens or whatever, which is it's a sci-fi movie, but it's not.
I think too, what happened with me is Back to the Future, and Back to the Future, and Blade Runner Future are so different.
Right.
So one is so dark and one is so light and happy. And I like the more light, happy, and flying cars and hoverboards and you know what I mean?
Mr. Blue Sky.
It's me.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, the 2 Blade Runner movies are fantastic. If you've got some time, make sure you've had some coffee.
I might check out the next one.
The new one's good.
Yeah, I might check out the new one.
The original Blade Runner.
I got time.
Is kind of slow. Yeah.
That's what this list is about. You got time, so.
Right. The whole concept that we're going for here is you have time.
Yeah.
You have time. You might as well suck up some of the things that.
And some of these movies you might have forgot.
Yeah. Yep. But I can't recommend enough Blade Runner and Blade Runner
2099.
2099.
Is that what it was?
I can't remember what year. 20-something.
Yeah.
Just fantastic raw sci-fi.
Dude, Wes just said, what about Old School? See? This is hard, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you can come up with, write 30 movies down right now. We just did 10 apiece. Your list will be so different. Mm-hmm. And you'll be mad when somebody says, what about Old School?
Right.
Son of a bitch. How dare you, Wes?
Thanks,
this is our show, and you come in here with some bullshit like that.
Some smarter than we are bullshit.
Old School's a great movie. That'd be.
It is.
If you got time, check it out.
It is one of the
Rewatch it.
the greatest comedies that have come out in the last 15 years.
Yeah, bring your hat. Come on, Snoopaloo. Bring your green hat. Fucking love it.
All right. Go ahead.
For the next one we have Grandma's Boy. Wasn't on my list. This one came from Luna Girl, and fantastic. I love Grandma's Boy. Like I said, it's one of those ones where you're like, damn it. Well, I'm glad somebody thought it. I'm glad we merged these lists together because some of my movies got forgotten. But oh my God, Grandma, when he's cooking and he's stoned and he goes to pull the fucking food out of the oven because his grandma doesn't have a microwave, and he burns the shit out of his hands. That's so fantastic. Or his homie in the basement who's got the monkey. That's the best stuff ever.
Right.
Good call, Luna Girl. Fantastic. I'm mad at myself. Oh, God, yeah.
Will you do the next one? I've got to manage this situation.
Okay. Everything good?
Richie's just having trouble finding the feed,
Well, that's not no bueno.
so I'm going to share it to him.
The next one we have is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This one specifically came from me. I saw this in the theater. I recommended to so many people, go see this in the theater. This was such a movie theater experience. But then when I watched it at home, it didn't lose it. It still visually is so... Visually, you get lost. The story on its own is fantastic. Right. The characters are great. Nicolas fucking Cage, I mean, what can you say about the newer Spider-Man? He's so damn funny. But visually, you will get lost in the visuals. And there's so many different art styles and ways they made it look and feel like a comic book. Into the Spider-Verse is fucking incredible. I love that movie. I so recommend it if you haven't seen it. You can go to the next one since I did a twofer.
I'm going to double back on what Wes said.
Oh.
And I'm kind of bummed that also we didn't think of Step Brothers. I think we could have doubled up. I think we could have put those on the list together.
I want to know how Luna Girl feels about that.
Yeah, Luna Girl, where
are you with Step Brothers? Because
we might be able to triple up on that one and call that a
throw that in
homegrown favorite.
Yeah. We can change the list on the fly. We're allowed to. This is our fucking
it's
show.
It's our fucking list.
Yeah, and it's our show. So we have all the rights.
And we have sanitizer.
Let's be safe right there.
We have sanitizers. So
We've got...
If it gets too messy...
We got a fifth of sanitizer. We're good. A pint. We got a pint.
Luna Girl's in on Step Brothers, as a matter of fact. She's endorsing.
Good. She said just watched it last week. So, are we adding that to the list? I think we're adding that to the list.
Yeah.
That's on the list.
It's officially on the fucking list.
It's officially on the episode A list. So, if you were trying to be official about it, it's officially there.
Next, we got Ted. Lunar Girl brought this one up. I love that movie. I hadn't considered it for my list, but it is a fucking hysterical movie.
This is where I need to watch it.
You've never seen it?
No.
That movie...
I know. And it's one of those movies you would expect that I have seen.
It's so funny all the fucking time.
It's one of those movies where it's like every time I've sat down and want to watch it, something.
It's got Mila Kunis in it. She's hot as shit.
I love Mila Kunis.
You have a pot-smoking bear.
Which, that's just fantastic. He looks like the Hugs, or the Cottonelle.
Yeah. The Charmin bear?
The Charmin.
Is it Cottonelle?
Is it Cottonelle?
Charmin?
Charmin.
I haven't seen those commercials in such a long time. They got rid of them.
I think they're Charmin bears.
That's bullshit. No. The stuffed animal. The little creepy Teddy Ruxpin looking motherfucker.
What's that got to do with Cottonelle?
He looks like Ted. I said it might be the wrong brand. Who cares? I'm thinking of the creepy little toilet paper thing. Or Dawn. Downy. That's what it was. The little Downy teddy bear. He was creepy, dude. He looked like he would lose his shit if you fed him after midnight.
Yeah. Richie says that the lighting is really washed out.
Is it because the hat's white and your head?
Well, even the top of my head's doing it too.
We're figuring it out, man. Why are you being a dick?
Yeah. Why are you being a dick?
Jesus. Everybody else was cool until you came in.
I think it's the camera. We just can't snuggle. That makes way more sense.
Way more sense than anything we were fucking talking about.
I think that the
Luna Girl should just do a fucking show correcting everything we do
everything that we do,
Fuck yeah.
she's the correction
She's like,
section.
yeah, like they do on the end of, what is it, PTI? Pardon the interruption on ESPN.
Uh-huh.
At the end, the guy fucking tells them everything they did wrong. That's what Luna Girl could do. She'll do her other show right after ours, and she'll be like, the boys fucked up all of this. You guys got 3 hours?
Yep.
Let's do it.
So anyway, your homework apparently is to watch Ted.
Yes, fair enough. Fair enough. I do know the Thunder Buddies thing because I seen that all over Facebook and fuck you, Thunder. And then I'm in my.
It's just God's farce.
That shit was funny. So.
All right, you're next.
Oh. Young Frankenstein. I didn't put this on my list. It's a great movie, but I forgot about it. But
Really?
I would go back and watch Young Frankenstein.
I watch it anytime it's on.
I
bet you I've seen it 100 times.
Oh, I probably have too, but it's just one of those movies that gets lost in all the blockbuster biggies and all these big bad summer hit shit Avenger movies. You know, you forget about these old ass movies,
Fuck yeah.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have one in here. I'm so mad I fucking didn't put on the list. But you can continue.
See this one. This one got bunched up. That's 2.
Okay.
I got for the next one, and because they're so similar in themes, Taxi Driver and Joker.
Yeah.
We already talked about Joker a few weeks ago, so there's not really a whole lot of reason to dig into that. But that Taxi Driver movie is fucking insane, especially if you figure the time period that it came out. It was movies didn't really broach mental illness.
Oh,
back
yeah.
then, let alone in a way where you kind of were rooting for the guy that was a mess. You know, you kind of wanted him to beat that guy's fucking head in with a fucking tire iron. You're like, all right, I'm with it. Let's do it. So if you got time, man, watch those 2 movies. Maybe even watch them back to back and compare how disturbingly similar.
Yeah, I remember
they
when you
feel.
brought that up when we were doing the Joker review. So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely have to check that out. The next one you had on the list without a number was Blazing Saddles.
Fuck yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Well, I mean, it's just one of the greatest comedies of all time.
It's been so long. I remember bits and pieces. I remember the acting players. I just don't remember a lot of the jokes because it's been that long. It wasn't one of those movies that I grew up. I remember the VCR tape my dad had, Blazing Saddles and yellow font and stuff like.
Yep.
I remember that tape in our tape collection. I just don't remember watching it that often.
Right.
So I don't want to shit on it or poo-poo on it, but I don't remember, so I can't really talk about it. I know where it stands in the pinnacle of comedies, but I can't speak on it.
It's one of the only movies I've ever seen where white guys use the N-word and it's funny.
That don't happen a lot.
No, it's real. Only somebody like Mel Brooks can write shit like that and have it be funny, and nobody gets offended.
Right.
Or at least I don't recall ever hearing of a group of people being offended.
Well, they
But
might
then
be
again,
offended now. It's 2020. They weren't
Right.
offended then, but they'll be offended
People
now.
didn't get his butt hurt back then.
No, it's true. The next one we have Moana. This was personally for my list because this movie is fucking funny as hell. The Rock kills it. Lil Hey Hey, the fucking chicken, is awesome.
The chicken is funny.
The chicken is hysterical. And these songs and shit, my kids sing them and get me singing them. They get me hype on it. And I just, if I could sit down and watch any movie with my children, this or Frozen would be the 2 movies I would watch with my little girls. But Moana had to go on that list because all 3 of them got to that age where they were all 3 into the same thing at one time for the first time. And I was becoming a part of that and watching the movie all the fucking time.
Right.
And I really enjoyed it. And I think that's why it pushed onto my list because it involved my kids. It involved my little princesses, my little queens. So I had to throw that one on here.
Fair enough.
I know it's not for everybody, and I know you're not a big cartoon guy, but for me personally, it hits the heart, so I had to throw it on there.
Next up, we got Jurassic Park.
Hell yeah.
You can probably lump all the Jurassic Park movies together in this, right?
Or do you specifically have an affinity for the first
For the first one, I have a huge affinity. And I have an affinity for Jurassic World. But for the first one, Jurassic, The Lost World, I didn't really care
The
for
Lost
that.
World was kind of rubbish.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the Lost. I didn't mind the third one, but the first one and The Lost World are my favorite. But this one is specifically Jurassic Park, the very first one, getting introduced to it. I love Jurassic Park. I can get lost in that world and feel like I'm in the hurricane as it's hitting the island, and I can feel like I need to escape. Like I really love that movie.
Yep.
It really, go back and watch it. I think it still holds up.
You the man.
Fuck yeah. Next up, we have The Naked Gun. I don't know if it's talking about all the Naked Guns, but I know Naked Gun 33 and a third is my favorite one.
Really?
Naked Gun 33
Is
and a
that
third.
the one with OJ in it?
I think OJ's in all of them.
Is he?
But Naked Gun 33 and a third, in my opinion. I don't know what Luna Girl, because I know this one came from Luna Girl's list. I don't know what her one, but Naked Gun 33 and a third, me and my sister used to watch that movie all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie.
I've seen it quite a few times. I've actually seen all of them quite a bunch, but I think I've seen them the amount of times that I've seen them because they were on HBO on constant loop. It was one of those things that they just replayed and replayed and replayed.
And then after that, it became it became one of those ones that they would put on like TNT. You know, they would do that with those type of movies.
Now to button onto The Naked Gun, anybody out there has ever seen the movie Dragnet?
Oh God, yes.
One with Tom Hanks, real young Tom Hanks.
Oh no.
You've never seen that? Holy fuck, dude.
No, I haven't. I don't think I have.
It is every bit as funny as The Naked Gun, in my opinion.
I have to check that. With Tom Hanks, huh?
Yeah.
She said all the Naked Guns. Luna Girl said all the Naked Guns. She loves them all.
All the naked.
Do you have a favorite one, though? Because 33 and a third is my favorite. I'm just curious if you have, like, you can like them all. We're adding all of them to the list, but, like, what's your one?
I forgot. It's Tom Hanks and Dan Aykroyd.
I remember that, but it's been a long ass time. I gotta watch that again. I have to watch that again.
It's
son of a...
so funny.
See, it's hard. This list was hard, man. This list was difficult.
Wonderful movies did not make the cut.
You could have plugged in so many different movies in this list.
Right. The next one is The Big Lebowski.
I watched this the other day, and I'm mad at myself for not putting this on the list. This is on your list.
It's so fucking good.
It is so good.
This aggression will not stand, man.
I just don't want to fucking listen to the Eagles, man.
Mark it 0, Donnie. Love that
Mark
movie.
fucking 0.
There's a sequel just came out to that
fucking Jesus, man.
called Jesus Rolls. I haven't seen it.
I want to.
I'm in for sure.
No, she said she can't pick one on the Naked Guns. Fair enough. I understand that.
And I kind of feel the same way about what was the one with that was like Top Gun.
Hot Shots.
Hot
Shots and Hot Shots Part D.
Yeah, those two movies, like they're a package deal. You got to just love them. And
I love it when they're cooking on the...
Yeah.
Cooking the steak
Cooking
and
the egg
shit.
on her belly.
Fucking the big old steak and shit. I love it.
You're up.
Next we have Caddyshack. I enjoy Caddyshack, but my humor, I enjoy it. I don't get lost in it.
I do.
You do?
I do.
I don't get lost in it.
I co-sign Caddyshack so fucking hard. I can watch that movie over and over again. Bill Murray is being Bill fucking Murray.
Right.
Chevy Chase is being Chevy Chase. And I forget the old guy's name that plays the rich asshole.
Oh yeah, the white-haired dude.
Yeah.
And he played the rich asshole in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
He was good at being a rich asshole.
So good at being a rich asshole. And, you know, co-sign here, right along that same time, Eddie Murphy's Trading Places. You know, how is that
good.
not on any of our lists?
My dad would be mad. My dad would be pissed.
I can watch that movie.
Merry New Year! I fucking love that. Would you like some jerky?
Anytime.
Oh, I love that
And
movie.
I mean, you can even go farther past that, and you can do movies like The Toy.
Coming to America?
Coming to America.
Why is that on the list?
That's not on anybody's list.
That's
but
fantastic.
It should be.
That boy good.
That boy
good.
What is this, Velvet?
Anyway, we gotta plug on.
Yes, we do.
This one's a big one for me. Idiocracy.
You quoted a lot.
If you haven't seen Idiocracy, it is probably one of the most prophetic movies of all fucking time. It is as close to what's going on in our political landscape as you can fucking get.
Yeah.
I mean, it's satirical.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But like
100.
We're like right before that movie happens in history.
Luna Girl's mad about Coming to America as well.
Yeah, see? It doesn't matter how good you are at walking, you trip every once in a while.
Every fucking once in a while. Fuck yeah, you do.
But Idiocracy is one of the most quotable.
You quote the shit out of it.
It's a layered comedy. So every time you watch it, you pick up on new shit. You realize that you didn't.
I love that Old Boy's the President.
Right?
Oh my god, that's the best.
Maya Rudolph, is like, she delivers dry comedy through it all.
Like Maya Rudolph does.
Yeah, but everything that she says is both hysterical and poignant. I don't want to suck this movie's dick too bad.
I mean, you are, but it's okay.
This is in my top 10 movies of all time.
I think you're cupping the balls.
I'm
not.
When we did our top 10 movies, it was on my list then.
Yeah.
This is one of the most underrated comedies. I'd hate to say ever, because I'm sure somebody will read me a list of shit that I'm ignoring. But
of course they will, because that's what people do.
I guarantee you half of our audience has never seen this movie. And that is a tragedy.
I would have probably agree with that. It was one of those movies where it was just like... It was there. It was quick.
A flash in the pan.
Yep, it came through quick. Next on the list, we have Pulp Fiction. Good pull.
Yeah.
This was your list. This was one from your list. One wasn't on my list, and I love Quentin Tarantino movies. I love how they're so ass backwards and figure this out. And guess what? We're not here.
Yeah.
We're there.
Non-linear storytelling.
Oh, I love it, dude. Yep. I love it. What's Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah.
How come we didn't pick that one? You just said Quentin Tarantino.
Yep.
Like, I love Jackie Brown. Not a lot of people love Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown was good.
Jackie Brown.
I love all the two Kill Bill movies.
And I had a Pam Grier thing happening. I don't want to talk about it.
I still kind of have a Pam Grier
I will always have a Pam Grier thing. I'm just saying. I'm throwing that out there. Yeah, my nipples are hard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like my women like I like my coffee. Strong and black.
It's a good time.
Anywho, moving on to one of the other best old school comedies, like just silly Naked Gun type comedies, Airplane. Actually, a lot of the same people in Airplane that were in Naked Gun. Yeah, go ahead. One of the more quotable films of all time. There's just about joke every 15 seconds. Yeah, really, Richie.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, really.
Fuck.
There's jokes in that movie like, how often do airplanes crash? And the lady says, only once. I actually said that to a woman on an airplane.
Scott says, don't call me Shirley.
Don't call me Shirley.
Shirley.
Yeah, this lady says, I mean, what's to worry? How often do airplanes crash? And I says, only once. And she looked at me like I was the devil.
You are.
We were in the middle of a storm. The ride was rocky as shit. And she was not having a good time. And it was the wrong thing to say to a fellow human being.
No, it's not. Fuck her for not having a sense of humor. That's fantastic.
It was fun for me.
Oh, that's great. That's fucking great.
Yeah, next.
I'm trying to find where we are. Oh, when I read this on your list, I was mad at myself. This was the first one where I was genuinely mad at myself.
Mad. Ludo mad.
Princess Bride.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That, talk about quotable.
Yep.
Oh my God! And then little Fred Savage,
Yep.
Columbo.
Yep.
I mean,
Columbo.
come on.
Grandpa Columbo.
Grandpa Columbo. That's all he was. That was Grandpa.
Being
that was
Columbo.
That was Columbo.
If he was your grandpa.
No, that was Columbo when he wasn't working. He came over and went and saw his
That's
grandson.
what I mean. Like, if Columbo was your grandpa.
He would come over, read you a story.
Uh-huh. You know what it is.
Fuck.
You gotta read this book,
He's
kid.
the coolest dude ever.
And
Andre the Giant.
as far as Princess Bride goes,
The man with 6 fingers.
you also have to put Labyrinth in there.
Labyrinth is a tough one for me because that movie creeped me out, man. Like
Yeah.
it was one of
I
those
think we
movies
talked
where
about this once.
I couldn't stop watching. I would watch it, but it was creepy as shit, man. It was.
David Bowie's Jareth is fucking haunting.
Oh yeah, dude. A lot of those little puppet fucks are haunting as shit
Right.
too.
He was legit scary. I remember as a child being afraid of him.
Yeah, well.
And then he would sing to me, and I would be like,
I'm okay now, David Bowie.
and then he'd do something creepy again. I'm like, fuck.
I don't like you now, David Bowie.
All right.
That's exactly how it happened.
That really turned around.
really fast. Oh shit.
All right.
All right.
Next, Avengers. Brady had listed both of these, but I kind of lumped them together. The Infinity War and Endgame.
Huge time sink. I
Oh.
mean,
Dude,
you can go on an adventure.
this almost made the movies that made me, except it didn't make me. But the first one, Infinity War, is one of my probably top 5 movies of all time.
Yeah.
It was
As
just
it
like
should be.
because
It's so fucking epic.
yeah, it truly, it was just so big, and it was like there's that one and there's that one and there's this guy and there's this guy, and it was like we're all here.
They were essentially like real comic book readers know what splash pages are.
Yeah, and that's what it was,
Yep.
man.
They were 2 movies that were nothing more than a giant fucking splash page, which, if you read comic books when you were a kid, those were the pages that were all illustration,
The whole thing in like maybe one bubble.
and you got to you just stared at them, and you had the adventure in your head, kind of like
that splash page, that whole scene,
Yep.
everything was happening. You were watching it happen.
Yep.
just like the back of a Transformers box. Remember how the Transformers box was essentially like a splash
I wasn't
page?
in Transformers.
Oh,
as
you
much.
were too young.
I like GI Joe. I was into GI Joe heavy.
Oh, I'll buy that.
I was huge into GI Joe. I used to take. My dad had Tide
Mm-hmm.
for our laundry detergent, and I used to take the empty boxes and cut holes
the
in
big
them.
boxes.
Yeah, because they were huge boxes. They were
Yep.
like this fucking big back then.
Yeah.
And I used to take them and I would cut little like windows and lay them down,
Mhm.
and I would lay my GI Joes in there for like sniper position, and this was our headquarters and shit like that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, dude. I would take my dad's beer bottles and cans and shit, and I would make like a fortress and. My
Yep.
dad's not an alcoholic. I don't mean to paint that picture, but that's what was there.
Yeah. Well, that was what we did back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
We took what was around
and you.
and we made toys out of them
Fuck yeah, we
because
did.
your parents didn't go out and buy you a fuck ton of toys.
Because every kid above, probably every adult above 30 at one point or another used a stick as a lightsaber.
Yep.
And if you didn't, don't talk to me. I don't want to hear it from you.
Or a gun for that matter.
Mm-hmm. That was the best gun to find. The one that came where you could hold it with 2 hands like
Fuck
that.
yeah. Had the weird.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't you shake your head.
You're up.
Oh. Next we have Twister. This is a personal favorite of mine. I love inclement weather. I love weird, cool vehicles and the whole storm chasing thing. Twister is just one of those movies, for me personally, where I can. It's one of the first gifts my wife ever bought me was Twister.
Yeah.
You know that? She bought me the DVD.
The-
I think
the
she's
board game?
actually no. Anywho, Twister. Check it out.
It was a good movie.
Next up, we got the Matrix trilogy. If you can't sink an afternoon into the Matrix trilogy, I don't know what to tell you.
No, that's fantastic. I love that movie.
the third one catches some shit.
I like them all though.
But I like them
really
all.
do. I really like them all.
Yep.
Is the third one with the highway motorcycle? Is that the third
The
one?
second one is the one with the Ghost Brothers.
Okay, so that's the second one. That's the second one then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
That shit was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Though. I like the Matrix. Fuck yeah, dude. The fight sequences
Yep.
were out of this world. I remember watching. I mean, they still are, dude. They
Yep.
still hold up. Those fight sequences were badass.
The third one is the one where he ends up fighting all the copies of the agent.
Of Agent Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sweet.
And there's like millions of them,
And then they bust
You
into
know,
they're busting into the road, and it's just the two of them, and they're all
Uh-huh.
watching down, and shit.
Yep.
That shit was cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, the next one we have on the list, Basic. This is another one of those like twisted, weird, what the hell is going on kind of movies. And I watched this movie when I was in Uzbekistan, and I got out of work, and I was working.
Turkestan.
What?
Turkestan.
No, you turn left at Turkestan. That's how you get to Uzbekistan. Just after the right turn at Albuquerque.
Hans Bricks.
You don't worry about it. But it's another one of those movies where it just takes these different twists. I love all the actors, the different people. Giovanni Ribisi's in there, Samuel L. Jackson. They got the dude from Wings. I can't remember his name, but I shouldn't need to remember it. But
Wings, the TV show?
yeah, he was one of the brothers.
Okay.
Anyway, he plays like the colonel. I love that movie, dude. Basic is a sweet ass movie. If you've never seen that movie, watch that movie. And I know it's one of those movies probably a lot of people are like, how the fuck? It's one of those movies where I watched that when I was deployed, and I completely fucking forgot I was deployed. Like, I literally jumped in this movie. I'm like, what the shit is happening?
So it took you away from
It took
the
me
place
away
that
from
you were
war.
at.
It took me away from war.
Which
dude.
is essentially what our topic is. It's these are supposed to be movies that take you to a place other than where you're currently stuck at.
Yes. Yes. Thanks for the twister, love. There's a couple people out there.
I see them.
All right.
I see
all
them.
right,
Fucking
all right.
yay,
Yeah.
Twister.
Oh yeah, there's a little heartogram.
I mean, I like Twister. I wasn't shitting on
No,
it
I
at
know.
all. It just anywho.
Yeah.
Next up, the Monty Python movies. Holy Grail, Life of Brian, what
Scott just actually mentioned a movie that I would have actually put on my
fucking
list.
Stripes.
Stripes is fucking fantastic.
Stripes is fantastic.
Oh
now
my
that's a war
Lord.
movie I can watch over and over again.
John fucking Candy.
And
Ivan Reitman.
was it
Bill
1941?
Murray.
Is it 19?
Oh, you're talking about
1941?
No. Oh, he's IMDb in there.
Yeah, I gotta look this up.
That's cool.
Go on.
We're gonna get there. But Stripes, Scott, I almost had that on the list. It's just one, dude, it's hard.
Yeah.
Everybody who's in there, please, when you after this show, give me your top 10. Luna Girl, you don't have to. We've got your top 10. Just make a top 10 list and then look at the next person's list and you're gonna be like, shit, why didn't I think of that? Because this shit is difficult. You find it?
1941, which is a movie about the events leading up to Pearl Harbor,
Okay.
or just before, like the false alarms they were having. Dan Aykroyd, Ned Beatty, John Belushi, Lorraine Gray. Who else is in this motherfucker? Christopher Lee.
That's Dooku.
Yep. Just a bunch of fucking people.
I remember. It sounds very familiar.
It's the one where at the end, the one guy and the other dude are on top of the Ferris wheel, and the one guy's got the dummy, and he's making the other guy fucking crazy. He's got the ventriloquist dummy. When the fucking zeros are fucking flying in.
No. Sorry. Sorry.
And then one of the zeros shoots the fucking Ferris wheel, and it breaks off the bolts, and it rolls into the fucking ocean with them on it.
It sounds good, but I don't know.
Maybe you're gonna have to watch it with me.
There's a whole shit ton of these movies I need to watch.
I know it.
But that's okay.
I bet you I've seen 1941 about 20 times. You got fucking John Belushi.
I was
riding
hoping you
a
were going to say
tank.
41 times. That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome.
But you fucked up.
Yeah, Dan
Uncle
Aykroyd.
Buck, man.
Uncle
Richie
Buck.
said Uncle Buck.
Fuck yes.
See? Make a top 10 list. It's difficult.
Yeah, it's hard. You got to cut out things that you love.
And you're thinking of Uncle Buck because of Stripes, because I said John Candy.
Right.
I'm saying it.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm getting
Anyway,
emotional.
Back to
Monty Python. Some of the absolute best comedy writing that was coming out of the 60s. 70s?
That time.
70s.
Wednesday. Back in the day it was a Wednesday. Dane Cook told me that.
Super
saying.
quotable
Just saying.
films.
Just saying.
Really smart comedy. Seems real silly, but if you get into it, it's fucking pretty
Brewster's
smart.
Millions.
That's a
Fucking
good one too.
shit, man.
That's right up there with Trading Places.
Yeah. Brewster's Millions.
Should have definitely. Yep.
See?
That Brewster's Millions, The Toy,
All that shit,
all those
man.
movies.
Fuckers. It's easy when you're sitting there and being a keyboard warrior.
Yep. Yeah. It's easy.
Make your
when
own
you're
list.
you.
Make your own list, bitches.
Yeah.
Except you, Luna Girl. You did a fantastic
Yeah,
job.
you did a great job. All right, here's your big dog.
Yes, dude. Back to the Future. The entire fucking trilogy. If I had to pick one, it'd be number 2. But we're the whole trilogy. My favorite car, dude. If I won the lottery.
Hold up.
What?
I just want to bring this up. 1941, screenplay written by Robert Zemeckis.
And Bob Gale.
Music
They both
by
did.
John Williams.
That's all tied into. I'll see it.
That is Back to the Future and Star Wars in a movie about World War II.
And I'm going to see it. And as soon as it comes to theaters. Back to the Future. Dude, Back to the Future. If I won the lottery, the first car I would buy a DeLorean.
Yep. They're not that expensive. You can
They're
buy
not
one now.
that. I would buy one with a better motor, not a Lotus. But no, it's a Peugeot.
Yeah, and they were made out of aluminum foil.
I don't give a fuck. I love that car because of that movie. I would.
But you can put a motor from a Pontiac.
You can put a fucking Cadillac 32 valve North Star engine in that.
Can you?
Yes. I seen a dude do it. I'm just throwing that out there.
Nice.
Never mind. Okay.
I
Yes.
bet that'd have all kinds of nuts.
Back to the Future. Watch the trilogy. If you love it, watch it again. Treat yourself.
Basically says, fuck I and your list. So fuck him and our list.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
If you're
That's fair. You give a little bit, you take a little bit.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
You're a good friend.
You are a good friend. I'll let you finish this one out.
But I also second the Back to the Futures, and I do believe that Lunar Girl also called them out as being some of her favorite movies.
I think so. And if she didn't, she did. She meant to. She knows that.
Right.
So, I'm gonna let you finish this one up because I know is.
We're gonna go.
This is your.
No, we're not. You're skipping one.
Oh.
This
is our.
This one applies to all of us. Really.
This one applies to the reason we do this fucking show.
Yep. Star Wars.
Enough said. I don't even think we really need to elaborate on it.
You can sink 2 days into 9 episodes of Star Wars.
Plus you can get Rebels. Plus you can get the Clone Wars. Plus you can get Resistance. Like, you can go balls deep into some Star Wars.
You can do audio books. You can do cartoons. You can do movies.
And it just keeps expanding.
Yep.
It just keeps expanding.
So if you're short on material on Star Wars, or you need us to explain to you what Star Wars are, you might be in the wrong place.
Yeah, that's not good. And if you're doubting the movies that have been, if you're doubting Solo, just watch it. You got time now. You got time to watch it, so check it out.
If you whiffed on Solo, you definitely missed out.
You messed up. Yeah, you messed up. Because Solo's a great movie. You can get past the fact that it's not fucking Harrison Ford.
Yep.
And you'll be fine, because Chewie's there. And the guy who did the Harrison Ford, he did a great job.
Yep.
So, and Rogue One was fucking amazing.
Absolutely.
So, I'm going to let you kill this one.
And then this one, we all unanimously shouted this out too. So, Jay and Silent Bob saga. Pretty much all of the Jay and Silent Bob movies.
All of the...
Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Dogma.
Dogma.
Fuck, they were in Jersey Girl, weren't they? Didn't they have a...
They were in Jersey Girl for a minute. I don't know if anybody out there has seen Jay and Silent Bob reboot like we have, but man, is that fucking funny.
Oh, dude, in it,
It's just fan service for
It's
2
fan-
hours. It's
yeah,
just
it's all up on the face. It's fantastic. Oh, I gotta get the special edition thing with the whole. There's like I probably missed it now. It was like you got a T-shirt and a poster, and
I know you can get the signed one.
Dude, when we went to the Reboot Roadshow, I was all the big guy sizes were sold out. I went in the middle of the show because I had to pee, and all the big guy sizes were sold out.
Well, I think when we got there early, didn't we? We were there relatively early.
Yeah, we were relatively
and
early.
all the big guy sizes were gone then.
Yeah, because that's why I ended up buying a hat.
Yep.
Well.
But like we talked about on our movies that made us, the Jay and Silent Bob movies, specifically like Clerks, really had a profound effect on my sense of humor, the way I look at the world, or at least did at that time. I can't say enough for what Kevin Smith's work means to me.
Oh yeah, dude. Yes, yeah. I would just be reiterating everything you just said, because I'm such a fan.
Yep. Everything that he seems to do, I seem to enjoy. Even movies that he's just acting in, like Catch and Release. I bet you I've seen that movie 15 times.
Yeah, I like Kevin. He was in Die Hard 3.
Right.
4. Die Hard, Live Free and Die.
Yeah.
Live Free or Die, whatever the hell.
Live Free and Die Hard.
That was fantastic. Kevin fucking Smith.
Kevin fucking Smith.
He became such a god in the pop culture world.
Yeah.
He really did.
Yep. Absolutely. And he's kind of set apart from most pop culture figures.
Yeah.
You know,
he really has.
He walks between all these different worlds. He's got street cred with all these different groups.
All kinds of different people.
It never ceases to amaze me how he can just move through all these different worlds and everybody's like, that's fucking Kevin Smith.
Yeah, or that's fucking Silent Bob.
Yeah, and if you listen to Kevin Smith talk, he's nobody.
No,
like,
and he doesn't think he's bigger than anything.
No, but there isn't anybody that's anybody that doesn't know exactly who the fuck he is.
Right, I would agree with you. In one capacity or another.
Yeah, whether or not they consider him part of their elite group or not.
He is.
You know, he's set apart. He is essentially indie film. There's really no indie film without him and Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, they have their own worlds and their own world building.
Yep.
And
but if it wasn't for what those guys did, indie film would have never really been pop culture.
Well, there's more than them, but they're huge. Well, no, I get what
those are kind of the pioneers of that took indie film into being pop culture.
Yeah.
You know, elevated indie film to the point where it stood amongst movies that were made by the big studios with the big budgets.
Oh yeah. And it's held the test of time longer than those big budget studio films. Right.
Because if you watch Clerks is still funny, it's still poignant, and you know, it's hard to say that movie couldn't be remade right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, maybe some of the dialogue is dated in the 90s.
But it's still funny as shit.
Right.
And he made fun of it in Reboot.
Yeah, absolutely.
He made fun of all his movies.
You definitely, if anybody out there gets a chance, watch Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
It's fantastic. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up our ass.
Wait, you're not mine.
No?
No.
Your own thumbs.
I guess I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with that.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. So I think that about wraps it up, man. That was 30 plus because we spoke of a lot of shit in the chat. So, but that's what we do. We speak on in the chat.
Yep.
If you know,
we like to play with our friends.
Hell yeah, man. Bring your toys. We got some toys. We'll have a good time. You know, but speaking of our friends and talking and communicating people with the chat, 5-star reviews. If you haven't left us a 5-star review, 5 stars, talk shit about us. We'll talk about it on the air.
Have we got any? Have you checked?
I can check really quick.
Okay, he knows how to check really quick. Definitely on this YouTube video, like and subscribe.
No, we just have 3.
No, just 3.
Just 3.
Find us on your favorite podcast app. If you look at all the things that I post on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, I generally put out the link to our page, and that link has all of the different media platforms that you can find us.
I don't do that.
Fair enough.
I don't. I just post shit on Instagram.
And
then on Facebook. That's about all I do.
It is out there, or if you can't seem to find it, by all means, reach out to us on social media, and we will post it for you. We'll send you a link.
Oh.
What happened?
Spaceballs.
How did we? That's on the list. Spaceballs is on the list.
We didn't talk about it for one. We skipped it somehow.
How in the world? I'm going to bring the list back up because now I'm scared and sad. Spaceballs is on the list.
Yeah, because it's right here.
Yeah, I know.
Spaceballs is on the list. We didn't talk about it, but it's on the list. Stop yelling.
I must have somehow deleted it. It's not here.
Scott, calm down. There's no need for all the up arrows. That is unnecessary.
Yeah, way to lay it on us.
Come on, Scott. I thought you were better than that, buddy.
Absolutely, Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Again with Mel Brooks,
Mhm.
one of the most gifted comedy writers of the last 30 years.
And his son is Max Brooks, and he wrote the book World War Z. And if you've never read or listened to the audiobook of that, I recommend the audiobook because it has people doing every chapter with different voices. Like Alan Arkin, fucking, oh my God, I'm brain farting so many. Alan Alda. Did I say Arkin?
You said Arkin.
Don't be a fucking
Did
dick.
you mean Alan Alda?
Alan
or
Alden.
did you mean
the
Alan?
dude from MASH?
That's Alan Alda.
That's who I meant then. Don't be that fucking guy. Nobody
Don't be
likes
that
him.
nerd.
Nobody likes that guy.
Okay. Alan Alda is a hell of a fucking speech of fire.
I'm not yelling. I'm Italian. This is how we talk.
That's fucking funny.
That's good stuff.
I know another girl, Italian girl, says that same thing all the fucking time.
That's
I'm not yelling. I'm Italian. This is just how we talk.
That's great.
Forget about it.
I didn't say it. He did.
Hey, I'm fucking walking over here.
Now you're just sounding like a douche. I don't know if that's Italian or douche.
No, I sound like a sad Irish guy trying to do a shitty Italian.
Sad bastard.
Sad bastard.
But
yeah, Spaceballs, again, one of the more quotable movies of the last 20, 30, 40 years.
And they made fun of shit we liked. And
Yeah.
we were okay with it. It's not, like, no, there's no hate here. It's all in good fun.
And I mean, you can even see some, like if you look hard enough, some of the later Star Wars movies, like the prequel trilogy, awful Twi'lek heavy if you get a trilogy.
Continue.
Anyway, the prequel trilogy, fuck.
He's almost there. He's almost
Ugly Dog Brew.
Yeah, no shit. Good Lord, my man.
Anyway, the prequel trilogy has some influence.
I'm just letting you get it all out.
It's
man.
all fucked up
All
now.
the words are like
from Spaceballs, and I've read a couple of lists where they point to all the little itty bitty nods back to Mel Brooks's work, which is fucking hysterical.
Well, I know they. I'll shut up. Continue.
You will?
Yeah. Spaceballs was on the list. We dropped the ball. We dropped the Spaceball.
Are you guys combing the desert? Yeah, we ain't found shit.
We ain't found shit.
And look at just the pure prophecy of the merchandising joke.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Spaceballs. Yeah, Spaceballs the lunchbox and Spaceballs the toilet paper. You know, they've done all that shit with Star Wars.
Fuck yeah, they have.
So, anyway, getting back to
our wrap-up chat.
And, there's one more thing that I forgot to talk about when we were doing, like, the hot sheets and shit like that, the movie news. Has anybody seen
this Tiger King show.
Oh my! I just started watching it. I'm like 3 or 4 episodes deep. It is fucking incredible.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
Who said that? Oh, from the movie, but yes, it's true. That
Anyway,
hasn't got to my thing.
Tiger King.
Tiger King is fantastic.
It is like...
Hold on. Before you do this, I got to say this for one guy, and we can continue like this never happened. Chris Coleman, watch the Tiger King.
Come on, bro.
That is all.
Anyway, this is like the white trash version of Hatfield and McCoy.
Oh my, the white trash gay version.
The gay white trash,
And
gun-toting,
all of it,
country
dude.
songwriting.
It is the most bizarre shit I've ever watched in my entire... When I leave here, me and my wife are continue. She's already finished it. She's watching it again with me.
And clearly Carol Baskin killed her fucking husband.
So much so they're reopening the case.
And it got announced today that they're reopening the case.
Let that shit sink
to
in.
find out where the fuck Carol Baskin fed
Lunar Girl's
her
husband
to the
binged
tiger.
the Tiger King the entire weekend.
Dude, I couldn't look away.
I couldn't look away either, but I had shit to do.
I watched it in 2 settings.
Oh my lord.
It was absolute hillbilly insanity.
That's fantastical. I love it. So far, it's
It was
it's
like
great.
if 2 states fought, Oklahoma versus Florida, in like a royal rumble of toothless, meth-driven nonsense.
It would be I'd love to see that.
Let's
get it out!
Everybody's having sex with somebody's cousin.
I'm Mills Lane. Let's get it out!
Let's get it out.
Hell yeah.
Anyway,
Tiger King. Watch that shit.
watch that shit.
Especially you, Chris Coleman.
Son
of a bitch.
Like I said, subscribe and download our podcast on all of your favorite podcasting apps. Or if you just have one favorite. I'm sure you don't have all of your favorites. You probably just have one.
I would assume
And the
so.
rest are just redundant.
What's up, Isaac?
But if you wanted to go get an account on all of them and
You could.
download our shit, our numbers would be phenomenal.
And that would be fantastic.
And
But the main numbers we're looking at are YouTube.
YouTube.
Our YouTube numbers, because that helps us get our own handle on the tube of you.
Yep. And you know, to be honest with you, it's a podcast and it's an audio podcast, but this is the part that we really love. We really love interacting with you guys live in the chat, the back and forth feedback. It really feels a little bit like family, which is why we fell in love with the All Things Star Wars podcast.
Yep.
You know, there's a online Facebook group where you can interact with us, and we all get to just enjoy
all the nerd. It's not just it's not Star Wars specific. We do a lot of Star Wars art, and we're very Star Wars driven because that's where this came from. But we're very attuned to pop culture and different universes, whether it be DCU, MCU, all this different stuff. We're very much fans of it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what it doesn't have. Don't think you got to just post Star Wars. Post nerd stuff. We love nerd stuff.
All of it.
Because we're nerds. That's what we're about. That's what we are.
There's nerdy shit that you could post that most people won't understand, and I will be like, that's my shit.
Exactly.
Because I've been watching fucking weird shit that nobody will watch for years.
I'm an eclectic dude, and I've been an eclectic dude since I was tiny, since I didn't even know any better.
Since he couldn't spell eclectic.
Yeah, and I still spell it with K's instead of C's. That's how I roll.
KK. Eclectic. Are you having a theater? Yes, I am.
That's what I say.
Absolutely.
Yep. So, don't forget to check out the Pod Family, man. Don't forget to check out the Mothership, the All Things Star Wars podcast. Don't forget to check out Used and Abused with Scott and Kim. Wow, you fucked that up.
What did I do?
Don't forget to check out Layman's Terms.
Talk about Lawns Terms?
Yeah, Lawns Terms. What is this, for home and gardening?
I'm pretty sure all he does is he mows the lawn.
That's
and
it.
You just listen for 15 minutes.
Son of a bitch. And don't forget our homie Tactical Swede and Big Swede's Excellent Adventure. And check us out on the Podbelly Network and all our homies who are on the Podbelly Network. And check out others that aren't our homies.
I definitely recommend Sofa Kings on the Podbelly Network.
Yeah.
You know, if they deep dive in some of the weirdest shit that you didn't even know you wanted to know about, and then you read the title and you're like, well, fuck, I guess I got 2 hours.
Yeah,
to listen
no,
to this
what
shit.
the hell? I'll start listening to it more often. I've only listened to a couple. I listen to the Jason ones.
You know, I've noticed though, since this whole being quarantined at home, I don't get to listen to podcasts as much because my wife hates people talking at her, which is what podcasts seem like.
Yeah.
Like, she has a lot of trouble in college because of lectures. Like, just the concept of somebody just droning on at her.
Right.
Like, really fucking... And I love it.
I love podcasts.
I'll put on a podcast and go about doing my business. And, I mean, I can listen to 4, 5, 6, 8 hours of podcasts.
Yeah, within...
before,
Yep. I can do the same thing.
Yep. Or I can pull up a subject on YouTube, and I'll watch the video that's on. I'll watch the video that comes on afterwards, and the one that comes on afterwards, and then something weird comes on. I skip it.
Fuck yeah.
So
with all that being said, we're gonna close out this episode. It's getting a little late. So
thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yeah, we truly greatly appreciate it. And get some of them 5-star reviews in there. Talk shit. Just give us 5 stars. We're biting off the mothership. We'll talk about it. We'll say it. We'll read your whole damn review. So let us know what's good. So we'll see you next time. May the force be with you.
Go
blue. I gotta piss really bad. We gotta hurry. Okay? Are you done? I gotta pee. Bye.